How's it going, YouTube? This is Casey Fan back with another video. Sorry it's been so long. I am working completely different hours at work, so trying to do videos at night is kind of hard to do when you got to be up at 5 in the morning. What I'm going to do today isn't actually a review. All I'm going to do is show you my Leopard Gecko setup. Now, this is my opinion. I'm going to show you things that you might not agree with. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I reiterate, this is what works best for me. It might not work best for you. What we're going to start off with today is my tank. The tank is a Exo Terra medium low. It is 24 inches long, 18 inches wide, 12 inches high. Now let's head inside the tank and I'll show you what I got here. My door's open here. First, we'll start just strictly with substrate. For substrate, I'm using porcelain tiles. I bought them at Lowe's. I think this whole tank cost me maybe $3-4 to do. Now, if you decide to go to Lowe's to get tile or porcelain, whatever, they will pre-cut this for you. You just have to have your dimensions ready, but they will pre-cut it because this doesn't fit the tiles exactly perfect when they're just straight out of the store. Starting in the back, I have the backdrop that comes with the Exo Terra. Now it looks a little bit different, and the reason why is because I have grouted and sealed this. The only reason why I did that is to give it a different look, give it more of a texture that matches my decor, and it also gives it a little weight. So, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's kind of heavy. Now, in the very, very back, if you can see, back in the back corner where the backdrop is, they have the slots for your cords. Now, I had to plug those with a sponge. The only reason why I did that is for the crickets. I don't have anything running in here, waterfalls, anything of that sort. So I really don't need them. So I plugged them so my crickets didn't crawl up the back. Moving a little bit closer, this is the Zoo Med bunch grass. This is the small. To the left, this is all my hot side right here. This is a Petco 3-tier cave. I'll swing around the back side so you can see what it looks like. There you go. You can see it's got 3 tiers, so both my Leopard Geckos can hang out and they don't have to lay on top of each other, which they kind of like to do anyway, but that's basically what it's for. Coming back inside the tank, this is the Exo Terra Gecko Cave Large. This is my moist hide. It's filled with coconut fiber. I've done a review on this. Feel free to check that out. Moving more up front, just a regular piece of wood. I know they don't bask or anything, but I'll tell you what, my Leopard Gecko tails, for some reason, hangs out in this thing all the time. Moving in the middle here, you'll see this green stuff. All this is plastic fish tank plants. The reason why these are in here is because when Lowe's cut the tile, they cut it a little short, so I had to crack. I didn't want the crickets just hanging out in there and geckos not getting into them or them falling in it or whatever. So I just filled this with that plant and kind of gives a little texture. It's better than looking at a crack. Moving to the back side, on the right hand side, this is my cool side. You'll see the sponge in the back corner. Same thing, same purpose. This is the Exo Terra finger cactus. Moving a little bit forward, I have the Exo Terra mealworm dish. This is the larger of the two that they offer. Sliding a little bit more front, I have the Exo Terra Gecko dish. Now, this is be used as food and water, but obviously leopard geckos eat mealworms, crickets, all that stuff. So I used to use the slot for their calcium powder and their water dish. Moving to the far right corner, I have just an extra piece of tile. This extra piece of tile is because this is the corner that they decide to do their business in, and instead of me taking out all my decor and moving things around, when they do it, it's just easy for me to take that one little piece of tile out, wash it, put it back, and good to go. For their cool cave, this is the the Exo Terra cave. I'll swing to the back side in case you don't know what this is. And I will be doing reviews on a lot of this stuff, so camera in here. This comes off with the magnets. And as you can see, there's both my Leopard Geckos, Torch, and then in the corner is Tails. Now, as you can see, this is more than plenty enough room for 2 Leopard Geckos. I bet you could get 4 in here, and they wouldn't even lay on each other. I've heard negative reviews about this cave, about the opening. I have no issues whatsoever. They can get in and out, no problems, and still have room. Now, putting this on top, since I'm using tile, it raises the cave a little bit, and you can see the gap at the top. Now, it doesn't let hardly any light in. It's not an issue. These magnets that come in this thing are super, super strong. Now, what I'll do is I will move you to the top here. Right here, I have a Sumed Mini Deep Dome. All I have in there is a 25 watt regular bulb. I have messed with daylight blues, compact fluorescence, 40 watts, 60 watts, all that, and it just raises the temperature too high or doesn't raise it at all. All I was looking for was a different differential in day and night temperatures. So what I did, 25 watt, all it raises it is about 3 to 4 degrees. So in the day, when this kicks on, lights it up in here, daytime, and it'll heat that hot spot to about 93 degrees, right around there, with my under tank heater set. Moving to the right here, I have, this is the Exo Terra Compact top. Now, I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments on this, but like I said, what works for me. Inside, all I have is a standard compact fluorescent black light that I bought at Walmart. You don't need to always go to reptile shops or pet stores to buy your stuff. It works out great. It gives me just a little light in here. I will shut this off and show you what it looks like at night in there, because it is night. The only reason why I have this light here is just for the video. But as you can see, it's really not that bright. It looks brighter on camera than what it actually is, but it gives them just enough to simulate moonlight, and that way I can still see my geckos, you know, feed and hang out, because sometimes I'm up pretty late. Turn this back on for you. And now, in the far back corner, I have the Zoomed digital thermometer. As you can see right here, it's running back the back side. Like I said, my temperatures, I wanted my temperatures to stay pretty even, but be a little bit hotter during the day, a little bit cooler at night, and that's what it's worked out best. Right here, if you don't have one of these, you need to buy it. What all it does is a infrared or a laser temperature gauge, tell you what it is exactly on the dot. Now, I'm going to move you down here, so hopefully you can see it. But you see that little red dot? That is hooked up to my under tank heater. It is a Zoomed under tank heater. I don't have a thermostat. All I did is went to Lowe's and bought a light dimmer. Now, it took me a little bit to get it to where I want it to be as far as temperature wise, but once I got it, it's set. Any other questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to subscribe. Any comments, feel free to leave that too. I'm sure I'll get some for I'm not supposed to do something, but as far as I know, this is what works best for me, and I've had no issues. My geckos seem more than happy in here. Alright guys, take care. I'll be back with more videos.